Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sorky Wormshead. So it's Night Thoughts with Sam. Why my supersized dogs do a little bit of exercise before bed. If you have large dogs, you already know. It's like getting your kids outside to run and play a bit before you tell them it's time to climb in bed at night. Guys, there's so much going on in this world. We've been bringing you facts about how toxic things like Roundup are. 3D meat, right? Been talking about Maui a lot lately, about the vision that my church has for our community with the Montessori school. I mean, there's so many topics. I mean, literally, like every single day I wake up and there's 1,000 things we can talk about. Tonight, I just want to encourage you. Folks, don't get down. Don't lose your focus. Tonight, I went to a graduation for our sister school, our sister Montessori school. And I watched children who were a lost cause in a public school get up and give speeches, sing songs. I watched 3-year-olds use a microphone appropriately. I saw children praise and worship their Lord and King. I saw 4 young men who are graduating high school with honors, and I'm talking an actual high school diploma. They can go to any college they want, but they have been taught to run a business and manage money. They knew how to change the oil in their cars, change tires. They knew how to cook. They knew how to grow food. They knew basic economics. They knew how to stay out of debt. And they had taken all their same core subjects our children do in public school. All the way home, all I could think of was what that could do for my community. What that could do for my godchild. And my mind was just blown. In my head, I'm planning like miniature-sized rabbit cages so my children in the children's house would be able to feed and pet and care for the rabbits. In my mind, I'm already planning the best way to do the back of the chicken hutch so they can gather their own eggs in the morning. Now, this is 3 to 6-year-olds, right? They will have chores in a Montessori school. They take control of the school. Why am I telling you guys all this? Because I know in my heart that God has put a vision on each and every one of you guys. Folks, I got confirmation tonight. We are 90% positive that we have our airline tickets taken care of. From a beautiful, wonderful lady that is a flight attendant that had extra tickets. She's working through the logistics of it right now. But when I think about going back to Maui to meet the king, when I think about going and documenting the 1-year anniversary of these fires, when I think about being able to talk to the victims and hearing their stories a year later, I'm overwhelmed with thankfulness. I knew that God wanted this done one more time. And I told you guys that. Tomorrow we're going to go live at noon. I pray all of you make it there. That's Central Time Zone, folks. And let's talk about it. Let's really talk about it, because I'm still going to see if anybody's got a timeshare like we did last year that might be able to donate their timeshare to us. Because every dollar we collect, it's going to be given out to the people. But I still have to afford to get to Maui. And that's, wow. From the 1st to 11th, that's going to be ridiculous. You guys already know. We couldn't do this without y'all. This is not my mission trip. This is God's mission trip with all of you rowing in our boats. And it has been, I want to share this. My daughter came home from New Zealand. She left 14 months ago. We were still restoring our relationship, right? From all the years her mom was doing me, folks. Just stupid. I was just stupid. But anyway, God was starting to restore that. When she left, I was still somewhat of a new Christian. And I was still very raw in my desire, the pain, right? To be reconciled with her. That sometimes I was in the flesh trying to connect when I should have been in the spirit. When she came home this time, she's like, Mom, I can see it on you. Now, she was raised in church, but life tends to harden the heart of your young people, right? But I can see her. I can see her seeing the glory of my God pouring out like rain. I can see her see it. And I can feel her shock at you guys' support. I can feel her faith blooming like a rose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see it happening on this beautiful daughter of mine that has been so damaged from my mistakes, right? And I'm watching this child just like, basically a flower in a desert that hasn't had water in so long, and the spring rains are coming, and she's blooming. I can see it. And not once has she doubted that this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that this mission trip was going to happen. And her seeing it come together, seeing you guys row and push and literally change the trajectory of something. She's beginning to understand how important her words are and how powerful she is in her right as a woman. And as women are unique, which is what makes me so mad about men coming into our spaces and trying to be women. You can't be. We are so beautifully and perfectly made, ladies. God gave us the ability to create life within our womb and birth it. And God tends to give women the big visions because we already understand that birthing is a painful process, right? Like, there's no kidding around, boo. We already know what a contraction feels like. You ain't got to tell me. So we already, understand in a physical sense what a birthing looks like. So when we move into the spiritual world and we're ready to birth a vision, we're expecting the pain and we're ready. We're ready. We're ready in the core of us, and out of our bellies will flow rivers of living water. You know what I'm saying? We already know the breathing techniques. We already know the sweat and the tears that's fixing to happen, but we understand. Don't stop. Because at the end of all of that is the most amazing thing you'll ever get in your life. That's how I feel about this trip to Maui. This has been the hardest birthing I've done in a long time, folks. The attacks, the spiritual attacks on people, the sadness of Maui, the discouragement of what's happening to the people, the anger, we're not using it properly. We're allowing it to stop us from helping the very people that all these emotions are being stirred up about. And we have to remember that God has a plan and a purpose, but we have to get from point A to point B, and we can't do it, none of us alone. That's why there is a body of Christ. There's a body of Christ, folks. This platform is nothing without you. That's it. That's the bottom dollar. That's it. And I love you for it. I love you guys for being here, for sending me the information that you send me, because I wouldn't have known about this, but for an amazing viewer that says, Sam, look at this nonsense. I get it. And I do believe that these people deserve a flipping trip. I hate Disney World, but I've been there a lot in my life, and I think the kids would love it. I'm just being honest, right? It's free. 3,000 people getting to go to Disney World. What I don't like is a partnership between Green and Bisson. Look at us. Look what we made happen for the fire victims. We got them 3 days in Disney World for free and a flight. Oh my God, look at us. That's what that smells like to me. Do I want the victims to go? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want them to have the free flights that, comes also for the next year and a half to be able to go to the mainland to see their families and go around islands and maybe just get away. I get it. They have been through so much. But I feel like there's something, they're doing this to keep us looking that way. They're wanting points. I don't know if there's maybe a big political race coming up in Maui. I need to check that. I've just got a feeling that Bisson and Green need bonus points. They need brownie points from the victims, the fire victims. And they're trying to turn the perception of how people are perceiving them, correct? That's what this is. I mean, like, think about it. You have teenagers, you ever had teenagers, been around teenagers? Sometimes you don't want to fight a battle with them, so you just give them, like, hey, mom's taking you shopping, or we're going to go here, we're going to do this, and you get them all excited because you're just tired of bickering with them all the time. That's what this feels like. I don't know. That's how I feel. I'd like to know how you feel. You guys know I'm opinionated, and I'm not always right. I'll tell you how that. Please don't think I'm always right. I'm human. I get stuff wrong, and I can only judge it by my own personal experiences. You see what I'm saying? Some of you have more experience. So I expect the ones of you that have more experience than me to give me a little grace, and the ones who have less experience than me to understand I might have a little more wisdom. But we're not all at the same level. That's all I'm trying to say. I love you guys. I just got done with the longest 3 days of my life. Tired. Got a very long week to finish. Got a big class. If you're in Louisiana, Mississippi, Texas, Arkansas, I'm having a worm class here Saturday. We've got a lot of people signed up. If you want to participate in that, you need to get with me. You need to go ahead and register. It's going to be amazing. So I've got a big class Saturday. It's like a 3-hour workshop. But I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I love to do. I love to give people knowledge and see them that click in their brain and they realize that I can do this. Me, am a producer, not a consumer. I can think outside of the box. There is nothing that brings me more joy than to give someone knowledge and see the light bulb just flip on. Just flip on. It's been a beautiful week. I love you guys. And like I said, this platform wouldn't be here without each and every one of you. And I hope you guys truly understand that I sincerely mean that. I sincerely do. You guys have a blessed night. Oh, if you'd like to send something for the Maui trip, I'll drop it in the top of the comments. God bless you guys.
It was a concerning lack of urgency by Maui County's Emergency Management Agency. It's been well documented that then MEMA Director Herman Andaya was on Oahu for a conference on August 8th. That day, county firefighters and police had been responding to incidents in Upcountry and Lahaina. The report includes a series of disturbing text messages between Andaya and MEMA Administrative Assistant Gay Gabuat. At 3:53 p.m., Gabuat says, "LOL, poor chief looks so overwhelmed." Then adds, "Chief is wanting help from the military. Not sure of what." 10 minutes later, Andaya texts, "This is crazy. How is everyone holding up? Should I come home?" Gabuat responds, "PIOs are funny. There are 3 of them and they look scared and overwhelmed. I think they need a hug, LOL, to calm down." Over 5 hours later, another dismissive exchange. Andaya asks, "How's the other fires?" Gabuat says, "Still burning," to which Andaya responds, "Wow, LOL." At that time, Gabuat also informed him of a fire in Kihei, and Andaya says, "You just keep making my day." Then just before 11 at night, by which time Lahaina was destroyed, James Barros of Haima told Andaya that Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke is very concerned, to which Andaya said, "Yes, this is really bad. I'm flying back tomorrow."
The underlying foundation of this report is not to place blame on anybody. This is about never letting this happen again. And that is my focus and will continue to be my focus.
To organizations that want to study this further, to residents, whoever may want to learn from this event and move forward. We feel like it's organized in a fashion that you can use it to identify your own recommendations of what needs to happen.
Andaya resigned shortly after the fires, citing personal reasons.